So we're back in the sewing room and we are still making it over. Last time I left you guys in part 2, we had done all the drilling. I'd put up all my shelves and essentially all the cutting and sawing and drilling for this room has been done. I am pleased to say that is still the case, but now I have to unpack and organize everything. And that has proven to be quite the challenge. I have a lot of stuff. We know that we like to hoard stuff. Like, we know that I like fabric and I tend to just buy in bulk things that I know that I'm going to use a lot of and then proceed to not use them. So I have a lot of stuff, okay? So now I need to find a good way to organize everything and have it within reach and also easy to find and easy to put away. So today we're going to start with a pegboard. As you can see, I've already started. And then we're going to go, I've got like a little set of drawers here, which I'm going to put a few things in. I've ordered like a bunch of organizational boxes, baskets, clips, whips, chips and dips and all sorts of stuff like that. So this video is how I organize this room. Hopefully at the end we'll have something that looks presentable, is easy to navigate around, and I can finally start working and making actual content for you guys, because I don't know how much you like this or not, but we can't do this forever. I want to get back to my Fabric Fridays. I want to launch my next pattern. I want to do all of these things. So as soon as this is done, then I can start using it. Let's go. So this is what the pegboard is looking like now. I will at some point color code that. And I actually need to get a few more hooks because I've got 4 in there and I've got 4 down there in my cover locker. Yeah, we're gonna leave this bit empty because I will at some point fill that up. These ones up here are overlock of threads, but it's woolly nylon, and they are much, much, much bigger than these ones. I can't actually fit it on there, so I think they'll just live at the top there. I'll probably make it so that it goes across the top. So I've hung my scissors like this. These are all fabric scissors and these ones are designated paper scissors, so I've put them in the little pot so I know which is which. I'm going to move this a little bit closer to these pots here. These are all my marking tools. These are rotary cutters and blades, and then here are just like other bits and bobs that I use occasionally, like tracing wheel. We've got like awls in there, and there's like just a few other tooly type things. So these are my most used sewing feet. We've got some tailor's chalks here. I've got my labels which I can sew into my clothing, and then I've got some tape measures there in case I need another. I actually have like 15 tape measures, but yeah, that's where I'm gonna put those. But I have space to expand in. I'm not trying to fill it up completely because obviously I'm sure this will evolve over time, but I like how it's looking. So now the next thing is to sort out all of my notions, and there are a lot of them, and I'm not freaking out about it, but like there's a lot. So I'm gonna start with zips and then we'll go on to bindings and other things, but let's start with the zips because it's ridiculous. So this is what the drawer is looking like now. I still think this is a work in progress, but it will work for now. Everything is bunched up into their sizes and kind, and it makes it a lot easier for me to find. I've pinned them all together with a safety pin, and I've put them all in like little color groups. Invisible zippers 22 inches, invisible zippers 22 inches, you know, all my different lengths. We've got open zippers, we've got waterproof zippers, and in this section here we've got all of the short zippers, and then underneath that we've got all of like my ones for jeans and trousers and stuff like that. So I feel like this is better. I imagine I will probably change this, but for the moment at least I know my zips drawer is organized enough that I can just find what I need very quickly. So the next thing that I'm going to try and organize is this elastic drawer. A lot of things that I do have come on their own roll, so I will not touch them. But all of these things, yeah, that needs a lot of rolling. I imagine this is like a day of rolling. I got myself a couple of boxes like this that I can fit into the top 3 drawers. And in here is where I'm going to put things like eyelets and all of like the kits for like studs and like fasteners. They can all go in here because a lot of them are like 3 or 4 different parts before you get to them. My self-covered button kits will go in here, and just like little fiddly things that kind of need to be together that I have a lot of will go in here. So I've got 2 of those, and that's what we're going to do now. Wow, it still works. Okay, well, there is no more shelf, and that's because it fell off the wall. It fell off and everything came crashing down, and it smashed this camera, so I can't see any. I don't even know if this camera's working. And yeah, so note to self and to anyone else doing this, make sure you use the right anchors, because I think I didn't use the ones that were heavy duty enough. So yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna do a little trip down to B&Q, get something to fill the holes in these walls, and get the heaviest, dutiest anchors I can find. Like ones where you can like hang a house on a wall, and then we'll use those. And then we'll do it again. And I've got to buy a new camera. I'm sorry. So it's been a little while since I've vlogged again about this room. Halfway through starting part 3, I was like, I've got so much work to do, and just like abandoned that. But I've got a little bit of time now, and we are going to sort out my drawers and make everything workable. So this is the room while I'm working in it. I went back to our old place to pick up my old cutting boards, which are completely warped and bumpy. If anyone knows how to make these flat again, I would love to know, because I have no idea. And obviously I don't really want to throw them out. I think maybe, like, do I have to melt them or something? I don't know. So I need to get those flattened. As I probably told you before, I had to move my shelf. The anchors that I used to begin with were not very good. They were the plastic ones, and I overloaded the shelf and everything fell down. Everything. It was madness. So now I've got like super heavy duty. I can like hang a whole person on this, put it on the walls. I had to refill a few holes, which you can't even see, which is great. And then I made it a little bit lower. So that is the deal with that. So that's a little bit closer to the drawer now, but it still works fine. It's not level anymore with the table, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it because I still got the storage. I am finally organising my drawers. I already made a start maybe 2 weeks ago, but now I've got a bit of free time, so we're going to do the rest. I found a solution how I can get all of my elastics and my trims looking uniform. We're going to make these bobbins out of some card. So I've got this card here. It's basically craft paper, and it's a little bit thick. It's about 1 or 2 millimeters thick. So this is actually too big to fit in my drawers at the moment, so I've got to cut them. So one of them I'm going to cut in half, so I have a small bobbin, and then one of them I'm literally just slicing off 1 inch so that I have a long bobbin, and those are the 2 sizes that I'm going to use. So I'm hoping that the majority of my elastics will go on the small bobbins. If not, I'll use the long bobbins, and all of my trims will probably go on the long bobbins, and then that way I'll be able to line them up and be able to see everything, and it should be nice and neat. So that's what we're doing at the moment. It's a long process. I bought like 8 packs of these, and I'm literally going to spend the next hour or so now cutting these with a craft knife. That's what we're going to do, and then I'm going to spend the next couple of hours wrapping. Fun times. As you can see, I've done the first pack. I actually bought 6 packs of these. I've got my half ones and my long ones, and we're just going to try with these ones and put them in the drawer. We're going to go with the elastics first, and then we can continue. Alright, so it's all finished and it's dark. It didn't take me 5,000 hours. I did go and do a bunch of other things during the day and then come back to this. But I have a lovely pile of elastics that we're going to go put in the drawer, and then we're going to bring out all the trims and do the same thing. Okay, so yesterday I put everything in my elastic drawer. It was all done, but I totally forgot to show you what it looks like now. Now, before you saw it, it was super just like messy, a massive mess. And now it looks pretty neat. So this is what it looks like now. I can't believe all of that mess that I could hardly fit in this drawer. This is all my elastic now. It actually looks pretty empty. Yeah, I've got my longer ones, I've got all my short ones, it goes all the way back there. And now the drawer looks empty, so I definitely have space to fit more things in there, but we're not going to buy anything, but we're going to try and use this before we add more things. So the next thing that we're tackling today is this drawer of trim. I've got a bunch of stuff up here, I've got more cards that I'm cutting, and we are just going to go ahead and get that nice and organized. That is what we're doing. Also, I went to a garden centre today and picked up my first plants of the house. This is a fiddle leaf fig and this is a parlour palm. Both are going to live in this room. I've actually ordered a bunch of plants online that are going to be coming over the next couple of days for the rest of the house. But these two are going to live in this room. So welcome, and hopefully I'll be able to keep these alive. But before we get too excited about these plants, I gotta sort out this mess. So back to wrapping. So finally, at long last, we have done the trims. Ooh, wrong drawer. And this is what they look like. These were all my elastics, and I realized I can actually fit my elastics and now my trims all in one drawer. So on this side are all my elastics, with some here at the front, and then on this side are all of my trims. It goes all the way back, and then the longer ones here. And there's just a few, these two are in the middle because when you put them at the side, they're a little bit too big in the middle to fit in, but then everything closes nicely and it's a lot easier for me to see what I have. So I changed my mind again and decided to change the positioning of where I'm going to put my ironing table. The reason why I'm flip-flapping is because I want to put some stuff on the wall, and in order for the ironing table to be secure, I have to also nail it to the wall. So this is currently what it is looking like. I've already fixed it to the wall, and then on this wall is what we're going to be talking about right now, because I got a delivery and I can't wait to put this up on the wall. Today we are putting up two things. We're going to be putting up my new acrylic sign, which I got from Etsy. I can't wait to show you. And my lights came, so I got myself some Philips Hue lighting, because I needed something other than the spotlights that I have in here to give me extra light when I'm sewing. So the idea was to put these lights up here, just underneath this, and there's about 3 meters, so I can put it all the way under there, and it is also it's compatible with like Alexa and Google and Apple HomeKit. So my house is on Apple HomeKit, so having something that I can also control from my phone, I can do any color that I want, which is great, which means also pretty good for videos as well. If I need a bit of like mood lighting, I can have it super bright, I can dim it. Very excited for that. So instead of having like any kind of like lamps and taking up space on my tables, I decided to just kind of stick it up there. So today we are gonna put up my calendar and we're gonna put up my lighting, and then this room is again one step closer to being finished. So I did make a few mistakes and I pulled out some rule plugs that were in the wall because this thing here is actually clear. So I do need to get rid of that, otherwise it was just going to annoy the hell out of me. So I've put some poly filler for deep gaps on there. I'm going to let that dry, but while we're letting it dry, we are going to put up the lighting. So using the Philips Hue, we're going to stick it up there and figure out how it works, because I don't actually know how it works, so this should be fun. I love that. I absolutely love that. So this is what it is looking like with the lights on. I've got the spotlights on at the moment, so let me just really quickly turn it off. It is still so bright. I've got papers everywhere. I'm totally gonna tidy, but please look at this. I'm obsessed. I want this everywhere. I think what I might do, and this is when I get the built-in furniture all the way up to the top, but I think I might have it so that it's another one up there and then it lights down. That way, when I close the curtains and turn the lights on, then it will glow behind the curtains. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have these strips everywhere. And they're changing color right now. Oh my gosh, I have to download the app and then I get to play with colors, but I am so pleased with it. Oh my gosh, very happy. Okay, so this is the part where I play with the lights because they're so fun. So I've got the app on my phone and there are loads of different settings. So this is just on and bright. This is when there's a night light. So it's just like a tiny little bit on. This is the reading setting. And then we've got dimmed, we've got relax setting. Feeling relaxed? I'm feeling relaxed. And this is called concentrate, where it's like completely like white light. Then we've got all these other ones. This one's called Spring Lake. Yeah, so we can have it do different things, which is really, really cool. And I really like that I can actually use it as like a background in my videos. So I'm very happy with it. And yeah, I'm gonna leave that for tonight because I'm still waiting for my wall to dry. So I will fix that tomorrow and then you can see what my hanging planner looks like. And then, yeah, I think we're very close to the end of this damn video. So I know you guys have been waiting for this for ages. I will give this room a tidy. You will see where everything is. And then we will resume normal videos after this. Okay? All right. See you tomorrow. Okay, it's morning. I'm going to sand these down now and then paint over them. Wet. It looks really obvious, but that one dried to nothing, so hopefully this one will dry to nothing as well. We'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna put the thing up, and if it doesn't dry, then I'll take it down and do another coat because I've got loads left, so that's fine. Ooh. Looking good. Okay. Moment of truth. Ooh! Nice. Ooh. Yes. Ta-da! Guess what? My final pieces for this room have finally arrived. It's been 7,000 months. I'm gonna put together this IKEA furniture, put the stuff in it, and then we can never talk about this room again. Yay! After much consideration and looking at all the stuff, I got a tall set of drawers from IKEA from the Malm section in black, which is going to go there, and then I got a set of 4 drawers which is going to go there. I've already checked, I can fit all of my patterns in those drawers and it will sit right there, which is going to be great, and then this will just kind of go right to where the light switch is, and then I can put all of my stuff for this board up there, and then we're done, nothing else needs to go in this room, and I can be, it will just be amazing, because I still have a few boxes of things that I need to put away, and until that stuff is in, then I can start clearing and putting things in their final forms. Very happy. Let's get on with this montage of me putting IKEA furniture together, and then we can look at the room when it's finished. Oh, I can't believe we got here. Thank you guys for waiting for so long. Let's do this! So, my final bits of furniture have finally arrived. I put them together. This room is officially done. And I say that because I still have like 2 boxes to unpack. They're little bits and bobs, and that's just like for the shelves and stuff. But I'm going to show you around because I actually think it looks pretty good. It doesn't feel too crowded. I still have space. Let me show you everything in this room. So this is what the room is looking at when it's nice and tidy, everything's in its place, and we've got the new furniture in there. So I'm just going to walk around so you can see it's the ironing table, and then that is my table which I've pushed into the corner, and yeah, my desk. So let's get into it because I know you guys want to see inside the stuff. Let's start with these new things here. So I got these both from IKEA. You'll probably recognize them as the Malm series. The reason why I got this is because I needed a place to store my patterns. And as you can see, I can actually fit quite a bit of patterns in there. In fact, all of my patterns, the hundreds of patterns that I have, fit in just these 2. And I have space for more. So in here, we've got like ones that need sorting because I kind of just like threw them in a box. And then down here, I've got a few paper patterns that need to be hung up. In here is where I'm going to put all the notions. And as you can see, I've got all my buttons and grommets and stuff like that in here. I've got all my elastics in here, looking nice and neat. I've got all of my zips, which are all bunched together like this. And then down here, I've got all of my trim. So I'm really, really happy with how this is looking. In here, I've got bra making stuff, including the elastics. I like to keep them all together, underwires and stuff like that. And then here, I've got some embroidery thread, which I need to sort out. I've got myself a little winder and my label maker. And then this actually opens up, but I've just put like batteries and stuff for this board. Board is looking pretty good. I still need to do a little second coat on that, but you can't really see the other holes that I made, so worked out as the plan. We've got my patterns hanging, as you've already seen. I actually had to make this one shorter so that I could fit this in. You see that the holes are still behind there. I'll fix that later. So this is my ironing table all packed up. I put my books down here because, well, this is more planted and I didn't want any shelves to get overloaded or anything like that, and they're quite heavy books, so it's better if they're there. Down here I've got underwear, fabrics and lining. We've got my books here. We've got just like a few miscellaneous things. There's a candle making set which I will be cracking into soon, some knitting supplies, a camera. Here are my foams for bra making, as well as a few other interfacings. We've got ironing materials and my patterns are up here. If I open this up, which we will just see, look, it fits, it fits. So in here I have my iron, spray bottle of water, thing for filling water, my interfacing and bias bindings and stuff like that. These are all my interfacings, all different kinds, and that is an ironing cleaner. So yeah, I got all my ironing stuff. Again, I've still got a few things in the post, a few things coming from Russia, which I'm gonna add to this section. But yeah, it's pretty much done and it's working, and I've already, you know, made burn marks, so it is doing its job. My pattern paper lives in this little corner here, perfect. And as you can see, I've got my tripod and my mannequin, which is on wheels, so I just wheel her wherever she needs to be. At the moment I've wheeled her here, but when the table is up, I normally pop her right there. So yeah, you know, it's great having quite a few things on wheels because then this space becomes whatever I need it to be. Sun is looking magnificent. So those have all been sorted out. We've got two boxes full of thrift clothes that I will pull out for a video every now and then. This one is full of works in progress that have vexed me in some way, and I will come back to them eventually, maybe, I don't know. And then as you can see, I've got my fabrics. I've got this little section here that I have to fill, but other than that, all filled. On my table, I am still very much in love with this table. It works so well. The only thing that I need to do for this is to get a giant cutting board for this table, because I've already started to make it a little bit dirty because I've already been working all over it. So you're probably wondering, what do I keep in here? And I keep quite a bit of things in here. I will give you a little preview. There is too much, but just take my word for it. So first of all, I've got two boxes full of basically filming equipment. When I film videos, when I make tutorials, when I'm just filming anything, the charging cables, all of that stuff, there's a lot. And I will have a designated space for that at some point. But right now, it all goes in these two boxes, and when I need to use them, I can just bring them out. I also have a stack of fabric here that I do not have enough of the boards for, so I either need to get more boards, or I need to, I think there are some somewhere, so if I find them, I'll be able to put them on boards, stick them on the wall. I've also got my calico fabric. This is for pattern cutting. When I'm developing new patterns, I will make up a mock-up in the calico first, just to see if it works before we go into development. What else do I have under here? A couple of tripods. We've got some lights. So I've got a big box of leather, and I've also got a basket full of my pattern weights, which is what I use when I'm trying to keep my fabric flat. So I'm probably going to make a few more. I think I'm going to fill this basket full of pattern weights, so I'll put them all in here. And then I've got another basket here full of big scraps, which I plan to use soon, so hopefully I'll be able to keep this a little bit empty. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I told you there was leather. I've also got some like ski suit material, because I think I will be making another ski suit this year. Will I be able to go skiing? I don't know, but if we are, I will definitely have a suit ready. So yeah, that's everything that's underneath here. Moving along, to this side, which is the sewing side. So got all my boxes full of leather making stuff, spray paints, art supplies, something else, and something I think like glues and stuff. So all sorts of things that I will at some point use and have used. We've got my overlocker threads at the top, my big ones. We've got my smaller overlocker threads here along with my normal threads. We've got basket of dies, we've got buttons there, and these are just like miscellaneous things that I use all the time. We've got my little pots of hooks in case I need to hook more stuff up. These are my pattern hooks that go when I put the patterns up here. This here is full of tea and candles because I like to light candles while I'm in here. And then I've got some clips and just like a few things for when I do computery stuff. So as you can see here, I keep my sewing machine and my serger out all the time, and my other machine is down here, my cover locker, and on the other side of the legs I've got my printer with some paper. And then I've got my chair, which I will be changing soon. I'm still on the lookout for like a nice chair that's like padded, because this one is giving me the worst backache. And this is my current board. Lots of scissors, all of my pens, cutting materials. We've got pattern cutting tapes, a few mallets and stuff, a cool hole punch that I absolutely love, some pliers and rulers and whatty notty. And then of course we've got my light strip, which I'm absolutely obsessed with. Lights up this area so well, even during the day, and I love it so much. Like these days I will just put this light on instead of the spotlights, and it gives me all the light that I need. Now, I know a few of you want to know what is in here, so very quickly I will show you. So I've got my little pin cushions up here, and this is usually got the stuff that I was last working with when I need to switch out a bobbin or something. I normally put that there. Now in here I've got hand sewing needles in here. In this one are full of like tools for taking apart things. This one has safety pins and command strips because you never know when you're going to need them. In this one I have secret paper, but I've got all of these sewing machine feet. So I bought a kit a couple of years ago, and I still haven't gone through them all. I have no idea what half of them do, so I kept this just in case I'm looking for a specific thing. So that kind of goes in there. The ones that I use all the time are in here, so I easy to reach along with my chalks and my tapes, but the other ones are in here in case I need to do something specific. In here, so in here I've got my sewing needles. So all of my sewing needles used to be in individual pots, and I had them all separate, but I just can't be bothered. As long as they're all there together, I can find the ones that I need, but they're all right there. These are all extra blades that I've got for like all of my sharp things. I've got a load of like rotary tools and stuff like that, and a few extra tapes. And in here is an absolute mess, again, my fault, but all of my bobbins. I have 2 bobbin cases up here, but I just hate having to go into the bobbin case. I'd rather just chuck it in here. I don't know. I like the mess. So I've got the bobbins that I haven't finished using. They're just all living in there. And that is what is in this little thing. So that is my room. I hope you guys enjoyed. Here I am in my studio, which is all finished, and I did it all by myself with a little bit of help from Sam. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself. It took forever to get this video out, and I'm so sorry. Life has got in the way, and between the waiting times for new furniture and also still trying to like do other things, it kind of got away with me. But thank you guys for sticking along and basically encouraging me to get this video finished so you can see what's going on in my room. It's very functional. I have a lot of fun in here. I spend a lot of time in here. And even though there is a lot of stuff in this room, it still feels really, really spacious. In comparison to where I was before, this feels like a palace. So I'm so happy, especially with this table. So obsessed with this table. So I'm just really, really happy and very grateful for this room. And I'm already producing stuff in here, and I'm really excited for you to see all the things that are coming up. So that is gonna be it for this video. Now, if, like me, you have now got the taste for DIY and watching me do things, the room next door is about to go through a massive makeover. It's currently just full of boxes, and just like this room, it had no floor. And all of my IKEA furniture is about to arrive in a couple of days, and I'm going to turn that room into my very own personal dressing room, which will be fun. I'm very excited about that. So if you guys are interested in seeing another DIY, and this time I'll try and just like film it all and show it all to you beginning to end in one video, okay, instead of splitting it. And if you're interested in seeing that, then let me know and I will film the process. Because again, from beginning to end, I will be doing everything in that room by myself, including trying to trim it out and make it look like proper built-ins instead of just like IKEA furniture. So we'll see how long that takes me, but I'm definitely up for the challenge. I've definitely got the old DIY bug back again. I had it before, lost it a bit. It's back with a vengeance. But other than that, thank you guys for waiting for so long for this last video, and thank you for watching. And if you haven't already, then subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.